What up, what up? This is Finance, Fitness, and Folk, the channel where we discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So in today's episode, I'm going to discuss why being consistent will help you build wealth. So admin notes, thank you to all that who have subscribed to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing these videos out to give you leverage to better yourselves. So it's kind of hot out here today. It's DC, and I think the heat index is like 100. So I'm going to try to make this video as quickly but as efficient as possible. So let's get into it. So why being consistent will help you build wealth? Well, it's very simple. If you keep doing something over and over and over again for an extended period of time, you can't help but be successful in whatever endeavor you're trying to accomplish or whatever you're trying to do in life. I will say that sometimes you're doing something consistent over a long period of time, and if it's not happening, then maybe you need to consult God and ask Him, is this really what's for you, right? Because I know for myself, I always consult God first before I make any type of big decision in my life. And one of the things I did before I even created this channel was to consult Him and ask Him, like, do I really need to make this channel? I felt there was a lot of things I needed to say, need to put out there, but I definitely wanted to consult Him first before I endeavored in doing that. And for the most part, I think I did make the right decision, following His advice. And I'm trying to be consistent as much as possible. This channel has been up for about a year now, and at one point I was not consistent. I was making videos maybe once a week, maybe every 2 weeks. At one point, when I first started, I think I did 3 videos, and I stopped for like almost 4 months straight, maybe 5, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It was a long time before I posted again to the channel, right? But then over time, I started making videos almost every single day, started making reels, and the work has started to pay off, right? When it comes to building wealth, you have to find what works for you as far as like how you want to make money, how you can make money, as far as like having the right skill set, and then you make sure that you create a space for yourself. You can become a subject matter expert or a SME, and then just keep doing that thing over and over and over again until things start happening for you. One of the things that I learned a long time ago when it comes to education, right? Because my wife actually told me this one time. She said when it comes to employers, she said that most employers want somebody with a degree because a degree demonstrates that person can finish a task, right? Now I will say that depending on what kind of classroom environment you're in and what kind of degree you have, certain degrees are actually necessary when it comes to like being a lawyer, being a doctor, something that's really, really, really technical to the point where like you have to be in school for a long period of time. Myself, I'm an IT person by trade, and I will say that it is some validity when it comes to having a degree, but a lot of times employers in my field, they want experience more than anything, right? But of course, being in school, you got to be consistent, right? You have to make sure you go to class on time. You learn what you need to learn in class. You take the tests. Be consistent in your studying, and then eventually you'll get that degree, right? So like I said, it's anything in life that you come across. You have to be consistent in those things. When it comes to relationships, right? For me and my wife, I have to make sure that I show love to her every single day, right? Because if I don't show her love every single day, then eventually that may become a problem later on, right? And a lot of times, being human, human nature, a lot of times we don't want to do things consistent. A lot of times our brain and our bodies are going to push back against that. We have to fight against that, right? But when it comes to wealth, when it comes to building wealth, when you look at some of the MOs of these folks that actually built wealth, like I said in the previous video, these folks had laser beam focus when it comes to whatever goal they're trying to achieve. And the only way they achieved that goal was being consistent. They couldn't be sporadic. They couldn't be half doing things, right? They had to be very technical and very intentional with what they did, but they had to be very consistent. My regimen when it comes to working out is very consistent, and I try to make sure I work out at the same time every single day. Sometimes, working in DC, sometimes not possible. But if I fall off, I make sure that I try to get back on that horse as soon as possible, right? When it comes to investing, when it comes to building wealth, you have to be consistent in your investing. But only way you're gonna be able to be consistent in your investing is making sure you actually learn how money works and make sure you get your credit up, right? And of course, I have some videos that go over that. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and watch the videos because I'm definitely going to make sure I make some more videos when it comes to that. But building wealth. I keep preaching this thing over and over again when it comes to building wealth on this channel. And the only way you're gonna be able to do that is if you be consistent in everything you do, right? Especially when it comes to building wealth and building money and building a legacy for yourself. So anyways, I'm gonna cut this video short because it is really hot out here, and it's about time for me to get on this train and get on back to the house. But once again, thank you to all the subscribers that subscribe to the channel. I see one video that I posted recently, how lust can hold you back from wealth, just hit 1,000 views. 1,000 views, that's crazy. So I think I'm gonna have to put another video out when it comes to that, as far as like expounding on that particular subject, or take some parts of that video and expound on some of the things that I said in that particular video. Yeah, if you haven't seen that video, definitely subscribe to the channel, watch that video. Hopefully it helps you out, all right? I definitely keep pushing these videos out to give you leverage. Better yourselves. Finance, Fitness, and Folk. Triple Love, I'm gone.